is alright with me. 'Cause you make me feel so brand new. I want to spend my life with you. Me say, sing, baby, since we've been together. Ooh, loving you forever is what I need. Let me be the one you come running to. I'll never be untrue. Oh, baby, let's stay together. Loving you weather times are good or bad, happy or sad. Ooh, yeah. Whether times are good or bad, happy or sad. Why break up? I just came to see you'd never do that to me, would you, baby? Being around you is all I see, is what I want to do. We ought to stay together, loving you weather times are good and bad, happy or sad. Come on, let's stay together, loving you weather times are good and bad.
You are tuned in to that praisey station, Praise.fm, where we get our praise on. 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Hey everybody, welcome to Friday Night Freedoms with the Ewings. I am your host, Yolanda Ewing.
And I'm Brian Ewing.
Join us every Friday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. where we have hot topics, current events, special guests, and we are so excited about our show on tonight. We're taking it back old school, right, baby? Join us 24 hours on Praise.fm. And so we started the show off with one of those oldies but goodies, right? That's one of our things. I think that's the theme. Yes, Al Green, let's stay together. I mean, every time we get an opportunity, that's one of those songs that my husband always dedicates to me during our anniversary, or when people ask us what's our favorite song, if we out on the dance floor, it's always let's stay together. So when you talk about music and love, this is Valentine's weekend, pre-Valentine's Day weekend. And we just want to have some fun tonight and just talk about some of the different artists and the songs that they created that inspired people to stay together and inspired them to reconcile. Some of them told their story and why they broke up. I mean, they all had different stories. Everybody had a story, and they always have a song to go along with the story.
Some of the stories didn't come out quite right. Just to start out with, I mean, I was thinking about Bobby Womack, the late Bobby Womack. He said, if you think you're lonely now,
If you think you're lonely now.
wait until tonight.
So what was that song based on?
It was based on, he was in the recording studio. And one of the guys, the engineers, was on the phone. And the man was complaining about, his wife was complaining that he was always gone. He was never at home. He was always in the studio. And he said, but I can't be at home with you and be here working at the same time.
Right.
He said, and it was just a conflict for them. So she said, I'm tired of being lonely. He said, if you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. And Bobby Womack heard him when he said it. And he said, wait, that sounds like a song.
That's a theme
That's
song.
a song right there. He said, and he started, and he wrote out the song as he had overheard the conversation. And that's what inspired the song.
Wow. You know, I love the fact that when you have people that are around you that are creative, it's as if they can just make a song out of somebody's story or 2 words, you know, that stir up something in them, that create, you know, dialogue between people to get messages out through music. One artist that I like is Anita Baker.
That's the girl.
And that's the girl, right?
That's the girl right there.
Giving you the best that I got. I was like, yes, Anita. If I just needed to make sure that I want my nails done, my hair done, I could just throw that song on and just send out love messages to the bishop. And after we finished singing that song, bam, it was done. Hair, nails.
She also sang a song. Said, I apologize.
I apologize.
Yeah, I apologize. She wanted to keep everything together. And she said, I'm sorry that I was hollering like I was hollering, screaming like I was screaming. So I apologize.
I apologize.
Yeah.
And there's a story behind Anita Baker too. I think she was in an interview and she was sharing with Luther Vandross that he was encouraging her because she told him that they were saying how she didn't have a nice voice and she wasn't going to be successful and she just didn't have what it takes to be an R&B singer. And I was like, what? You know, and Luther shared the same background and the same testimony that they told him that he wasn't going to be successful either, that he didn't have the wow factor, he didn't have the voice in order to be successful in the industry.
Not knowing that he was the voice.
He was the voice.
Yeah.
How can you forget a house is not a home? Go, Bishop. Everybody made up on the house is not a home.
You didn't want to come home and she wasn't there.
Right.
A chair is still a chair.
Even though
one sitting there. You know? And so it told a story.
Right.
About what true love was. And toward the end of that song, Luther says, are you going to be? Tell me you're going to be still in love with
still
me.
in love.
And then he slows it down and says, still in love with me.
Right.
And then that's when we met Luther on that. That's where we met.
That's the signature,
That
right?
was the signature. Let us know, okay, that was Luther's song.
And who can forget Babyface?
Nobody can forget Babyface.
Babyface was amazing. And not only did he write songs for himself, but he wrote songs for so many other people. And when they did the tribute to him and all of the different artists that he wrote songs for, we was like, wow, I didn't even know.
It's catalog is extensive.
It's extensive, you know. And even now, when Babyface sing a song, or when he does a duet with someone, it is just also
It is. It's just, you know, people waiting to hear him.
right,
He's Babyface,
right,
and he is. You can't talk about the industry without talking about Babyface.
right. And just knowing that he made such an impact on people's lives, and his music, and just his resume is so extensive, and he helped so many other people in the industry.
I think that's a great thing about him. He was never selfish. He could have just wrote for he and his brothers after 7, but he chose to spread his wings. One of his artists that we know, Toni Braxton,
Right,
carried home plenty of Grammys because he was her primary writer,
right,
and who also came out with a bunch of love songs as well.
exactly.
So Babyface is the epitome of the arts
Right,
when you think about it.
right. Another old school song, and no matter where they are when they in concert, they always draw a crowd, and that's Mint Condition.
Oh yeah,
How can you forget? Is it Stop Breaking My Heart?
yeah. Stop breaking my heart.
Stop Breaking My Heart. It's just like when you start hearing those old school R&B songs, you know, you go just reminiscing about old times, and sometimes you remember where you were, what you was, maybe not what you was doing. We won't go there.
No, we're not gonna do that.
You can't forget the Isley Brothers.
You know, the Isley Brothers go back to 1959. From 1959 to this current day, hit after hit after hit after hit. But they hit something in 1974 with the cover of Hello that was done by Seals and Cross originally. From that, it was For the Love of You.
For the Love of You.
Then it was Sensuality. And Make Me Say It Again, Girl.
Make Me Say It Again, Girl.
Then it was Voyage to Atlantis. I mean,
You sound like a fan.
and no, I had it all. See, this is back. See, the young people that are listening don't even know what an album is.
Right.
Those were albums back in the day.
Yeah.
That's before tapes and CDs and all of that. You know. So back in them days, I was buying albums.
You was buying
I
albums.
was buying albums.
What about Barry White?
Oh, the Maestros. You didn't have to do much talking. You let Barry.
He was the one that was apologizing for you.
Oh, put Barry on. Barry can tell it like a book.
You didn't have to do much work after that.
Barry talked plain. And see, he had the voice.
Right. I agree. Oh, I ain't gonna never get that.
Never get there. Never get
Well, you know, and I know we just kind of skipping around from different eras and generations and things like that. But it just seems like, you know, some songs are unforgettable. Like The Temptations.
They had a litany of songs.
I Ain't Too Proud to Beg.
Oh. Yeah.
And the famous one that everybody sings when it comes on is My Girl. Talking about my girl.
And Beauty's on the Skin.
Yeah.
You know, those were songs that came from the heart, that reached the heart.
Right.
And the moment that the Temptations would start singing with their perfectly blended harmony,
harmony, their steps,
Oh, man.
their
They were electrifying.
yes, their appearance and their attire.
Now, their appearance, everybody had on the same tone.
Same time.
You didn't have several different colors. You didn't know who to look at. Everybody, everybody had on the same thing when they came out. The same shoes. Everybody's immaculate when they come out. You know, and I think somewhere along the way we lost that because we don't know who to look at on the stage. You know?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I think as we progressively move forward, I think for the generation, and I guess our children generation, you know, they had New Edition.
They did. And New Edition was on target too. Dressing the steps.
Can you stand the rain?
Oh man.
Oh, they talk about it in that song.
They do. They do. But you know, it helped them come out the bubble gum when they brought Johnny Gill.
Right.
Even though he was only 16 when they got him, it just sounded like he was 30 or 40.
Didn't he sound like he was 30? But you know what I like about the song "Can You Stand the Rain"? You know, for them in that era, there wasn't a lot of commitment there.
No.
You know, people were not staying in relationships long. They were not staying married long. And for them to come out with that song, it was more or less bringing back to a place where it's absolutely necessary to be committed in a relationship, even when you hit rough times. So when he was saying in the song, can you stand the rain? Like, even though we gonna have some good times, what about when we have bad times? How are we gonna navigate through that?
I think now we live in a time where people want everything microwave.
Mm-hmm.
So the relationship has to be microwave. You put it in the bag, you stick it in the microwave, and then it swell up and boom. Okay, it's what it's supposed to be. Big Mama and them had it right. They said, we're going to let it simmer a while.
We're going to let it simmer a while.
Let it simmer a while. And in letting it simmer a while, we get an opportunity to stir. We get an opportunity to get the lumps out of it. You know, but it's going to take you a little longer, but you're going to be ready for that meal. It's going to be right when you get it. But when you go to the microwave and put it in, put it on 2 minutes, boom, your meal ready. I mean, really? Is that really what you want? Or do you want somebody to put some love in it?
Right.
See, so to put some love in it means somebody was standing over the stove. Somebody was sweating with the rag on their head, and they had another rag around their neck. And this sweating and going on, and they wanted to make sure that the meal was perfected. Same thing in the relationship. You have to make sure that the relationship is perfect. So you got to get to know the person. And the only way that you're going to know a person or who they are, I'm talking about character-wise, is to see if they can sustain through a storm.
Right.
Can they stand the storm? Can they stand the rain? Can they handle the wind blowing? The turbulence, whatever it is. And then, if you have each other, you ought to be able to make it through it.
Right.
But now, if that's rocky, no, we're going to be able to handle this right.
Yeah. So I think that sometimes when we are talking about music, back in the day, they left something to the imagination. So they gave you enough words in the song. You knew what they were talking about, and they didn't have to say it.
Correct.
Now, they say it.
They're saying more than what they say. They're doing a lot.
Yeah, they are very descriptive.
Very, very.
And
let's take our good friend, Reverend Theodore Pendergrass.
right.
Yeah, y'all know him as Teddy P. Teddy P said, come on and go with me.
Right.
Okay. Come on over to my place.
All right, Bishop.
So when he said, I don't feel like being lonely tonight. I need some company.
Right.
And I see you sitting here watching me. And it looks like you could use some company too. So let's leave this place and come on over to my place.
To my place.
Now, Teddy never said nothing. You know, your mind can go wherever you want to go because that's your mind.
Right.
But Teddy never said what's going to happen when he got to his place.
Well, yes, he did.
Not
yes.
in that song.
Not in that song. But the next song, he said, turn on.
He said, close the door.
Oh, he said, oh, you got to close the door first.
Close the door.
And then turn off the lights.
Then he said, turn off the lights. Yeah, that's what he said. You know, now, in that song, it still wasn't like these songs today.
No, it still wasn't like the songs. I mean, it let you fill in the blanks, so to speak.
But it was done with so much class.
Right. That's what I agree. It was done. It was done with class. Well, we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk a little bit more about our love songs and how the messages are impacting our lives. And so we're gonna be a little risky when we come back and talk about some songs that are a little edgy, even for me. But before we go to commercial break, I wanted to let you all know that Super Bowl gospel celebration will be airing on Saturday, February the 6th. And you need to turn to your local stations to see where and what time it's going to be showing in your area. And also, we're so excited that Lady Rain got an opportunity to interview with Ricky Smiling. And along with that, some of the guest artists that are going to be there is John P. Key, Kiara Shears, who else? Erica Campbell is going to be there.
And a host
of
other great singers.
So we have a sneak preview of that, and so we'll be back right after the commercial break.
Hello, and I am Lady Rain from Praise.fm, Uni TV and radio, and what an honor it is to be here with you guys. I'm telling you, our motto on our station is let's get crazy, and you guys are definitely keeping it crazy. I'm just loving the vibe. I was sitting back. I almost forgot I was in a press conference. You guys,
I'm about to come over there and lay on and wrap up in a blanket and lay on that comfortable couch you got in the background back there. My mama can have a couch like that.
It is comfortable, especially during this time. What I love about this Super Bowl is the fact that they're bringing gospel. Now, you know, a female like me, I don't know too much about football, but I could get with the gospel, especially the topic, nothing can stop us now. I want to know, how have you guys, either one can answer, how have you guys been able to continue that message of hope with the fact of you seeing or dealing with COVID-19 and seeing people just going through so much during this pandemic?
We had no other choice. We didn't have a choice. People who are called, I heard Ricky say something a few minutes ago too, about being given the platform and what we're commanded to do. We have to stay in line with that in order for us to breathe. Those that do it and do it for real, we bring a new message to this weekend that we can't stop, because somebody's watching our lives. Somebody has invested even in us for that type of encouragement. I've got songs from 40 years back that have been encouraging the masses for years. So to still be relevant and be able to give a message, I think this weekend is going to be super.
Amen. So I am just so excited. We are a people of resiliency just because we know we're redeemed by the blood of Christ. And I love getting crazy. So let's keep it crazy, guys. You guys be blessed.
Now you be blessed too. I'm gonna take that Star Trek chair you sitting in and that couch. I'm coming over there, get me some ginger snaps and a Gatorade. I will be over there Super Bowl. That couch was really comfortable.
Now, if I pulled up this shade, you will actually see a pool too. So I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. So we are keeping it crazy. We praise in the AM with the sunrise and all of that.
We on the way. We are
You're
on the
welcome.
way. Thank you
God
so
bless
much.
you. You're
Yes,
welcome.
ma'am. God bless you.
Nothing can stop us with a night of uplifting praise, faith, and football. The 22nd annual NFL-sanctioned Super Bowl Gospel Celebration. How y'all doing? Hosted by Ricky Smiley. Guest performances from the NFL Players Choir. Erica Campbell. Pharrell Williams presents Voices of Fire. PJ Morton. John P. Key. Kiara Shear. And Corinne Hawthorne. Special appearances from NFL superstars Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, Teddy Bridgewater, Jacoby Brissett, Chris Carter, Tim Brown, Warwick Dunn, and our Faith in Action honoree, Deshaun Watson. Also surprise guests. Special appearance by Pastor Mike Todd. It's a foot-stomping, high-powered, star-studded night. The 22nd annual NFL-sanctioned Super Bowl Gospel Celebration. Saturday, February 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Only on BET.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you all enjoyed our commercial break. We are so excited about the amazing things that are happening at Praise.fm. Our producer, Lady Rain, is awesome and amazing. And so we just appreciate the hard work that she does for us. We want to give a shout out to Cathedral Empowerment Center, to our supporters, to those who tune in every Friday to give us positive feedback and let us know exactly what they enjoy about the show. Come on in, Bishop. I wanted him to finish what he started in the first half. So, speaking of love songs and the message in the songs, and not only can we look at the songs that were being produced, that were being sung, but also the life. Some of them, the music that they produced, they left a legacy. And some, they went through some hardships and some challenges in their lives.
And you can tell it through their music.
You can tell it through their music and their performance. And some of them were just raised on the road in front of the eyes of America. And the one person that comes to mind is Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Amazing. When I tell you, when she passed away, I just felt like the air just left the room.
Absolutely.
You know, and just the songs that she was just delivering and just her ability to keep her audience engaged.
The voice was captivating.
Legacy.
But then she comes from a singing family.
Right.
Her voice was just astounding. You know, her mother could sing, her aunt could sing, and Dionne Warwick was one of my favorite singers. She had a voice, but it wasn't like Whitney.
No.
Um,
But Dionne was out when, and she got privileges that some of our
she did.
our African Americans, they didn't get some of the privileges that she got.
Her voice
Right.
was undeniable, and it was crossover.
Right.
So she was able to captivate not only an African American or African audience, but she could touch any individual. Plus, she could sing any genre of music. So she was special.
She was special, but you cannot leave this show without talking about Aretha Franklin.
You talking about the Queen?
The Queen!
Oh, no.
You have to talk about the Queen.
You know, because I love music, there's not a facet of music that Aretha hasn't touched or was able to perform. She was a unique individual in that even when she sang songs like Respect,
See, right there.
she had a way of being able to still take you to church.
Right?
Whenever she sang, when she sang, which the song was written by Luther Vandross, but the song Jump to it, she still took you to church.
Right.
Because I believe that was what was deep down in her heart.
Mm-hmm.
When she sang Amazing Grace, you knew it was amazing. She just had a way. I mean, when she would sing, "Oh Mary, don't you weep, tell Martha not to moan," still something in her voice. It almost seemed as though she was there at the graveside of Lazarus when she sang the song.
Not only that, but when they did the tribute to her, to hear her sing opera.
Oh yeah, she.
And in that moment, they created the sound around her voice.
And she, oh, by the way, she learned that piece that day.
That day.
That day.
See, but that comes from her gospel background.
Right.
Because you know, sometimes we had to learn the song
that
day in that moment.
And sing the song.
Without words.
Now we see people with phones doing it. No, we ain't had no phones then. You had to learn this.
Yeah, you know, Aretha gave some women a voice.
Yeah.
She said, you better think about what you're trying to do today.
Yeah, she was a civil rights leader.
Right.
In her own way. As a matter of fact, Dr. Martin Luther King would always ask her to come and sing Precious Lord before he would get up and minister if he was doing something outside.
And then when we were reading about when they were doing the documentary, and they said that he would call her for her to sing to him when his mind was troubled.
Right.
It reminds me of David.
Playing his instrument.
Yes.
While singing for Saul.
To just calm
him down.
To calm him down.
Well, you know, Aretha has the kind of voice that after you have received a phone call that we're going to kill you, You need to hear Aretha sing.
Yeah, Aretha need to sing something to rebuild your confidence and bring peace so you'll know everything.
Yeah, when somebody had just bombed your house and you could have lost your wife and your children, and you just happened to be at the church when the bomb went off, and it blew up off the front part of the house, but it didn't touch the back of the house where, thank God, his family was. You need to hear Aretha's voice at that point.
And even when you talk about civil rights, you can't not mention Marvin Gaye.
Oh no.
When you talk about what's going on.
Yeah, you can't. You want to know what's going on right now. I mean, it's, but then we think about this other song, Mercy, Mercy.
Things ain't what they used to be. We could do a whole month of just talking about the music, the message, and the person.
Well, you can't leave out Little Stevie Wonder. He was little. You start talking about Marvin Gaye, but you can't leave him out. He's a grown man. He's a grandfather now, but at the age of 70.
But he was raised in this.
He was raised in it. He was 11 years old when his mom got him the contract at Motown.
And him and that harmonica, oh my goodness. I mean, even now, and what I love about Stevie Wonder is that he crossed all genres too. Like for some of the artists to do duets with him, I know for them, it was just a moment in time when they got an opportunity to share that space with such a creative mind. When you think about Stevie Wonder, and you had mentioned it during the break, A Ribbon in the Sky?
Ribbon in the Sky. I mean, I personally did a lot of weddings, and that was the song back in 1982 that many brides came down on.
Yeah.
A Ribbon in the Sky.
For our love.
So I'm think about that. Stevie is the 8th wonder of the world.
Mm-hmm.
There are 7 wonders, but he is the 8th one.
Is he the 8th?
He's the 8th wonder. His dedication, first album, a dedication to Uncle Ray, where he's giving a tribute to Ray Charles.
Ray Charles. He called the shots.
Yeah.
He learned the hard way, and he was taken advantage of in the beginning of his music career. But once he understood how the business worked, I love how he approached the situation, and when you told him, when he gained the knowledge that he can own his own masters, because he was bringing the talent to the table.
He was making money for the company.
Exactly.
And they were giving him the peanuts. Wait a minute. We can do this because after all, because he says in that movie, Jamie Foxx did an excellent job.
Jamie Foxx did a wonderful job.
But that one part in the movie sticks with me. When he says, so that's how it is over around. You keep me high while they take care of business. Well, I mean, that's what he said. And so he goes home, but he said, Oberon said, that's not how it is. He gave him that call. And he said, you can go talk to Jack Lauderdale for yourself. And when he went and talked to Jack for himself, Jack gave him $500 and said, not only I'm giving you this to the core, but I'm going to put you in this group, and you're going to be the leader of the group. Not the lead singer, but the leader of the group. You're going to take care of the band. And that's how he got started understanding how the business goes.
But just even with that, you had somebody like Quincy Jones.
Oh, man.
And how he orchestrated, and he was able to bring so many people to a place of or I shouldn't say a place, I should say a platform
Yes.
for their gifts to be displayed for the world, not just in the United States, but for the world. And what I like about Quincy Jones is that he went out. He was determined to go out and discover the world from a music perspective. And if you read his book, you know, and just his journey and how he started out and the life that he lived, it is even a wonder that he would be as successful as he is. And so what I'm saying when we talk about Black history, that this man overcame his obstacles and the things that happened in his life, and he left a legacy. Like he, you know, to say that Quincy Jones is helping produce your album, that was just,
That's big. That's huge.
you know what? It reminds me of that scripture in the Bible when it says, everywhere your foot,
Yes. Every place you put your foot.
you'll be successful. And that was Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
And one of the projects that he was most proud of, I think, was working with Michael Jackson. You know, we wasn't gonna leave the show without talking about Michael.
Well, Mike was a great talent.
Yeah,
We can't.
he was a full
He
package.
was full package with and without
His brothers.
He was a showman.
Yeah,
He was a singer. Mike had so much gifting that, you know, nobody could really keep up with him. So it took someone like a Quincy Jones to produce a couple of albums for him, such as Thriller.
right.
But Mike got an opportunity to work even with the great film actor, even on his Thriller album,
Right,
and Vincent Price.
right.
Before Vincent Price died, that was the last thing that he did.
And I just wanted to share this with you all that Michael music is so transcendent,
Yes.
that it transits from one generation to the next generation. My grandson is 5 years old, and he just thought that was one of the greatest things in the world. He heard Michael Jackson Thriller, and he saw the video Smooth Criminals, and he is just in love. Like, he want to act like him, he want to dance like him. And so that speaks volumes that even this generation, he can captivate their attention and keep them engaged. 12 years.
And he was
A 5-year-old.
Now, I said, let me show you this. So I showed him a clip of Michael Jackson with his brothers on the Ed Sullivan show. He told me, he said, Poppy, that's not Michael Jackson. I said, yes, didn't you hear them introduce him as Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5? No, that's not Michael Jackson. I said, this is before he grew up and became a man. This is when he was a child starting out. That's not Michael Jackson.
He like Michael Jackson the man.
Right.
He don't like Michael Jackson the boy.
No.
Yeah, and just Michael's story. You know, I just felt like he left too soon. You know, and
What about Prince?
yeah, Prince.
He left too soon.
Yeah, Prince was an amazing musician. His short stuff and the heels and that hair. I'm just saying, the heels and the hair was a lot. His tight pants.
He had legs.
Yeah, he only had legs on. He left a few pieces.
Some parts
Of
was
his-
not there.
It wasn't, and he wasn't afraid
No.
to express himself in an artistic way.
And he was who he was.
But he made some amazing music as well. And so we have so many legends that we haven't even scratched the surface. You talk about somebody like Smokey Robinson,
Tears of a Clown. And there's no one around.
them eyes
Well, that's all the women were interested in.
and the hair.
But he could sing though. He really
He can
could.
sing. I don't know if they even care. if he could sing when he just came to
And
the
see,
stage.
he came along at a time where light skinned brothers was in.
Oh, when the light skinned
Yeah,
brothers
they
was
was in it. Yeah. See, the Wesley Snipes looking brothers, we didn't come out until the 90s. So he had a 30-year jump on someone.
So, you know, he was back then. And so you talk about the Will Downing.
Yes, you got somebody like Will Downing who carved his own lane. You got somebody like Freddie Jackson
Yeah.
who carved his own lane.
Yeah. Freddie was good.
You know, rock with me tonight for old time's sake.
Yeah.
You know, in other words, I want to get this relationship back together. And if not, let's reminisce over yesterday.
Yeah.
You know,
You had songs that had a theme to it.
not the late, but Peabo Bryson.
Oh, People was nice.
Feel the fight. You know, can you feel the fight?
Can you feel the fire?
Yes.
Well, you know, there's some artists that we just need to pray for. And they're so gifted and talented and just, you know, we don't know their backstory. And a lot of times America will judge their life decision and they want to take everything that they work for because they made some bad decisions because there was no one there to help them overcome their childhood trauma. Robert Kelly.
And I think if that was an injustice that was done to him, first of all, we find that he was abused as a kid.
And molested as a kid.
And by a family member, a close family member.
Right.
And he was unable to shake that. Never having counseling, didn't think he needed it because he was trying to get all that out through his music.
Right.
When he came up with the song Trapped in the Closet, it was basically him talking about himself being trapped in a closet. It had nothing to do with the storyline. I mean, the storyline was good that he put together, but it was about himself.
But even now, he's still making music now. He making music with gospel artists.
Right.
I don't care. I know R. Kelly music when I hear it. I know the songs. You just know that it's him.
And the rhythmic pattern.
Yes.
And the chord structure, you already know it's him.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care who sings.
But you can't have no party without talking about the birthday song. You got to do the birthday step.
No. you got to do. You know, you're talking about, well, we're going to boycott R. Kelly because of what he did. All right, how about let's restore brother because of what he did?
So we've enjoyed ourselves in this segment of our show, just sharing. We covered 2 topics for the month of February at this beginning of the month. We covered the love.
Yeah.
And we covered the music, and we also covered the Black history.
Yeah.
I feel like we accomplished a lot in this hour, where you know what? It is so much more to come this month, and we are looking forward to sharing those moments with you all. So we appreciate you hanging out with us and being educated and learning things. So, but if you have any questions or any suggestions that you would like to share with us in regards to Friday Night Freedom, please put them in our comments, and we will be sure to respond to them next week. We love you all. We appreciate you so much. And remember, you don't have any problems. All you need is faith in God. Good night.
Have you ever wanted to host your own inspirational radio show? Have you been called to inspire and spread God's word? Please contact Alicia Rain for more info. You are tuned in to that praisey station, Praise.fm, where we get our praise on. 24 hours, 7 days, 8